Hey y'all, it's me, it's your girl. You already know. I'm back with another reaction, and y'all don't forget to hit the like button, okay? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and join the channel for $4.99 a month, okay? Now, we has been talking about Takeoff. I just did a video not too long ago about Sydney. Sydney was one of the young ladies that got shot, along with Takeoff and another person, okay? You never heard about the other person, right? So anyway, some new information has come out, okay? Takeoff murder occurred after a punch was thrown in QUAVO defense, okay? This is on the affidavit. So I hope I can show y'all the affidavit of what happened, okay? Takeoff murder has resulted in a pair of arrests, but new detail continued to emerge from the tragic night that took the life of the Migo rapper. According to an affidavit viewed by New York Times reporter Joe Carlson, let me look at it. I'm trying to look around here. Coscarelli, something like that. Quavo was involved in Luke Ray, why acting like I can't read? A lucrative dice game outside Houston, 810 Bellas in bowling alley, and then got into an argument after losing money to a pair of individuals. Okay, let me go here and see do Joe has the affidavit. Okay. Okay, he don't have it right there, so we're gonna go back here maybe later on inside here. Now it's an affidavit out that was shown on the news. Okay, Quavo was involved in a lucrative dice game outside Houston, 810 Bellas and bowling alley, and then got into an argument after losing money to a pair of individuals. A man identified as Willie Bland then got involved in a physical confrontation in defense of Quavo and end up striking one of the opposing individual per video surveillance footage. Okay, there's a lot of things coming out that we didn't know. Okay, two people then exchanged gunfire, one of which has been confirmed to be Bland, Willie Bland, okay? However, the location of Bland at the time of the shooting was not consistent with the injuries suffered by Takeoff to deem him responsible for his death. In other words, they saying that Bland at the time of the shooting was not consistent with the shooting, with the injuries of Takeoff. So in other words, they're not trying to say that it was him who killed Takeoff. Okay, the new detail in the killing of Takeoff from a search warrant affidavit filed this week. This was filed this week right here. Both sides allegedly fired shots after a punch was thrown in a defense of Quavo. Suspects charged in part because of fingerprints, y'all, left on a wine bottle he was holding during the shooting. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, okay? And guys, if y'all want it off my page, y'all can get it, okay? Okay. Now, here go the affidavits. It has, I'm trying to make it big. Here we go. It said investigators, hold on, y'all. Hold on, because I want y'all to make sure everybody get it. because a lot of people work in this case, okay? It says that investigators obtained surveillances from the bowling alley and other area businesses. We also received multiple cell phone videos capturing various angles and portions of the event. Your affiant has thoroughly reviewed all of the aforementioned video, which individually captured different perspectives of events before, during, and after the shooting. Review of the various videos revealed the following, okay? This is what happened, y'all. There is a total of approximately 34 individuals standing in a group outside the bowling alley immediately before the shooting. The compliance fellow group member, Quavius Marshall, as known as QUAVO, was arguing with a man later identified as Mike Prince and two young black males. One small male wearing a yellow hoodie, sweatshirt, later identified as Cameron Josh, and a larger male wearing a white or light tan hooded sweatshirt, later identified as Christopher Watkins. The video evidence obtained showed that QUAVO and those two younger men had all been involved in a dice game inside the bowling alley. An affiant investigation indicated that they were arguing outside. So they was out arguing before and outside the bowling alley, okay? Because the two young men had won money in the game, okay? Two young men had won money in the game. After an initial physical confrontation between the two groups, okay? So between the two groups. Josh appears to be struck by an individual later identified as Willie Bland, who investigation revealed was associated with QUAVO. Two different males can be identified as firing weapons from different directions during the accident, one of which is Willie Bland. But they are not near far finished with this, y'all, because they got this girl. They don't shot a girl and another person. So let's keep going. Okay, the affiant reviewed a lab report created by firearms examiner Ara Hucano of the Houston Forensic Science Center, which stated that all 9 of the 40 caliber casing had been fired from a single, listen y'all heard that then, from a single weapon, and the 9mm casing from a different weapon. The video showed that a large black male identified as Willie Bland was one of the men firing a gun. However, the trajectory taken by any bullet fired from his location at the time of any given discharge was not consistent with the injuries sustained to Takeoff, giving Takeoff body position throughout the duration of the gunfire. What they saying right there, that it didn't come from Willie Bland's gun. Okay? Your affiant believes that the video evidence showing the following: a black male, later identified as Patrick Clark, D.O.B., that's his date of birth, August the 4th, 1989, who affiant had previously developed as a possible suspect. Pulled a gun and fired multiple rounds in the direction of the complainant seconds before the complainant collapsed to the ground. Y'all hear that? Let me read it to you again. Patrick Clark, who affiant had previously developed as a possible suspect, pulled a gun and fired multiple rounds in the direction of the complainant seconds before the complainant collapsed to the ground. Before he collapsed to the ground. Before the complainant collapsed to the ground. The video does not show any other individual shooting a firearm or positioning their bodies to shoot a firearm. Arm raised in firing position from the same direction from which Clark was shooting on the video. Clark can be seen discharging the firearm several times, multiple captured on a closer video surveillance. Clark then returned briefly to the bowling alley, where he was again captured on interior surveillance before fleeing the scene. So he went back inside the bowling alley. The surveillance from inside. I'm trying to read far away, y'all. Excuse me. Okay, I'm trying to see 1 minute. Okay. From the same direction from, okay, here we go. Let me go right here. The video, wait a minute, let me go up, y'all. Can't see where I was because I'm sitting back. Okay. He went back inside, okay. He went back out. I'm going to go right here to it. So surveillance from the inside the bowling alley showed that Clark, he was carrying a semi-automatic handgun when he went back inside. Okay? During the actual shooting, Clark was holding a wine bottle in one hand while he discharged the firearm with the other. Immediately after the shooting, Clark ran over by the house of Blues, where he set the wine bottle down, y'all. It's on surveillance, and never came back to it. Okay? That's where he made his mistake at. The aforementioned bottle was collected into evidence during the initial scene investigation, and affiant made a request to have it processed for latent fingerprints. Later, affiant received a lab report completed by HFSC latent print examiner, HVU, which stated that a fingerprint matching that of Patrick Clark, their birth 8/4/1989, had been left on the wine bottle. Additionally, Affiant has compared the high-quality surveillance video recording from inside the bowling alley to a known picture of Patrick Clark. Excuse me, y'all. And has confirmed that it is the same person. Okay. The Affiant and his partner interviewed Willie Bland, who admits to firing a weapon at the scene, though he said he did not know the caliber of the weapon. Bland stated that he was part of a traveling group including Takeoff, QUAVO, and several other individuals, and stated that they was visiting local music producers, Jazz Prince, which included going to a basketball game at a local gym and then going to the party at the bowling alley. Bland stated that he had seen the two males we had identified as Josh and Watkins throughout the evening at both the basketball game and at the bowling alley, and that he had seen them with guns. Bland stated that he was watching them both when QUAVO was arguing, and then just before the shooting, and as QUAVO turned and walked away, he believed that Josh said something and began pulling a gun. So he reached out and punched him. Bland advised that he thought that the male was about to try and rob QUAVO. Bland stated that he then shoved the other male when he saw him coming toward him and heard fire guns erupt around him. Bland stated that he believed it was possibly Cameron Josh shooting at him. So he began shooting at Cameron Joshua. Affiant observed from his review of the video surveillance recording described above that at the time the shooting appears to start, Josh ran back inside the bowling alley and that he was armed with a handgun. But there is no video evidence showing him firing a gun. Y'all heard that? But there is no video evidence showing him firing a gun. Y'all heard it? Okay. Affiant knows from his scene investigation that 3 gunshots was fired into the bowling alley. Affiant believes these bullets are consistent with having been fired by Willie Bland based on his movement and position. In your Affiant's opinion, these shots could not have caused the injuries to the deceased victim or the living victim due to the shooting angles, positions of the parties, and the accompanying injuries. In my opinion, the video evidence support Bland's statement regarding his action before, during, and after the shooting. That's it, y'all. This is the new detail in the killing of Takeoff from a search warrant affidavits filed this week. Both sides allegedly fired shots after a punch was thrown in defense of QUAVO. Suspects charged in both parties.